Go somewhere uninvited, like a dirty thought in a nice clean mind.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay from Yankee and the Brit Sports Talk coming back at you. I just wanted to talk a little bit about something that's been going on with this Super Bowl controversy from the halftime show, which I don't even fucking understand. Let's start with that. Like, people are fucking upset about a halftime show. Like, really? You don't want to watch a fucking halftime show? Go get something to eat, take a piss. I don't know, do something. But you're going to be all upset about the halftime show. And I know people are going to get pissed about me saying this, but it's a bunch of old whites who are pissed off about the fact that hip hop artists from the West Coast, well, not, it doesn't even matter what coast, that it was hip hop artists in doing the halftime show. And yeah, I'm an old white. I thought it was fucking fire. You can argue some of the like audio and different things. Man, that was my childhood wrapped up into about 15 minutes. That shit was fire. But even if you don't like it, man, let's quit pretending the reason you didn't like it was because you didn't like the music. Because there's been a lot of fucking shows on the halftime of a lot of bands that people didn't like that didn't take this kind of heat. Let's be real. Your ass has a problem with the people who are on the stage. And most importantly, you have a problem with the people on the stage because of what they've been fighting for since the beginning. NWA was fighting for it. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg been fighting for it. Eminem took a knee for it. That's why that dude gets invited to all the barbecues right there, because that motherfucker gets it. Like, y'all motherfuckers need to realize, if you don't want to see the show, don't see it. But by you voicing that shit, we already know what you're saying, bro. So you might as well just come the fuck out and own that shit. We know what you're saying. You know what you're saying. So don't hide behind it should have been fucking Metallica or AC/DC. Nobody's trying to hear that shit. Like I said, I don't even understand how the fuck in this day and age this is even a controversy, except for there's a certain group of people that got a problem that another group of people were the ones performing the halftime show. Let's be fucking real. This systemic racism shit's been going on forever. I mean, you can go back to how police started, man. They were started to track down slaves. They were started with racism. So, of course, there's systemic racism through this country. We fought a civil war on this shit, man. We fought a fucking civil war because half the country wanted to steal the other half of the country because they didn't want to give up slavery, because they were literally went to war so they could own fucking people, right? This is what we're talking about. They literally went to war so they could own other human beings. And now in 2020, well, man, I can't. Sorry. So I'm getting off track. I can't even fucking believe in this day and age that we're still having people on the wrong side of history with this. And everybody can say what they want. They can talk all the shit and try to hide behind something else. But we all know what it really is, motherfucker. Just stand up and own that shit. This is America. If you want to be racist, own your racism. Don't hide behind some bullshit excuse. Just fucking own it. If you want to be a fucking scumbag, own it, man. Like, I own everything I am. You guys see me on this shit all the time. I'm always running my mouth on this podcast or another podcast, whatever it may be. So, like, my feelings are never a fucking secret. You guys all know that I'm probably as liberal as they come. I hate both parties. I think one party's a little fucking crazier than the other right now. One's a little more racist. And maybe those are the people that have a problem with this halftime show. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just being a fucking idiot. But to me, it seems pretty clear what group of people had a problem with the halftime show. And I feel like I don't even understand why we have to have this discussion. But since it's real talk, I'm going to talk real. You're the fucking minority now. You racist motherfuckers. You're the minority. People ain't trying to hear that shit, man. Gen X, there's probably still way too many people in the racist side or whatever you want to call it, a Gen X, okay? There's some boomers, not all boomers. Some of you are fucking awesome and I love you. But let's be real. The millennials and all of them, that shit's out the window, bro. That's very few and far between. You're a dying breed. You're going extinct. So either just stand up, own your racism, or shut the fuck up and go get a sandwich during the halftime show, because I'm sick of seeing all these fucking posts where they're trying to use some veiled shit to cover their racism. So I just thought I'd get on here and make a video and be like, bro, we see you. I fucking see what you're doing. And the majority of people see what you're doing. And so you might as well just own that shit. All right, guys. Sorry, that's been really getting on my nerves all fucking day scrolling through Facebook. And I kind of been in a mood today anyway. So I thought, why not let it out on here to a group of fucking racist people? All right, guys. One world, one love. Deuces. Wait, you know what? Before I fucking go, another thing, I keep seeing in these comments, these motherfuckers, they trying to pull this shit back. And I ain't going to let this slide now that I think about it. A lot of the comments in the Super Bowl halftime turned into some fucking political race war type shit, right? But there's literally jerk-offs in the middle of this argument or debate or whatever the fuck you want to call it for no reason, just being like, boom, all lives matter. I've said this before. I've done a lot of podcasts on this before, but let's break it down one more time for the masses. You are absolutely correct. All lives fucking matter. But when you say that, you know you're intentionally taking away from what's going on in America right now. That's like saying when people go, we got to save the dolphins. Nobody's saying fuck horses, dude. Nobody's saying fuck the dogs and the sheep. Only the dolphins matter. No, we're seeing the dolphins are fucking going extinct and there's some bad shit happening with dolphins and they could use our fucking help. So, of course, all lives matter. And you fucking people who say this know what you're doing. You know by saying that, you're taking away from the fight of Black Lives Matter. Let's just be real. Because if all lives really mattered, Black Lives Matter wouldn't exist. If all lives really mattered, we wouldn't have had protests and we wouldn't have the shit going on with, I mean, look at the news, man. Look at what the fucking happens all the time. Unarmed black people dying in record numbers. So if all lives truly mattered to you motherfuckers, Black Lives Matter wouldn't need to exist. And if maybe we didn't, maybe if we as a society and a country didn't ignore Black lives for the last 300 fucking years, we wouldn't be here. And yeah, this all started out over what some shit I seen on Facebook about the Super Bowl arguments about the halftime show. But that just shows you how systemic this shit is in this country. All right, guys. Now this time, I'm really out of here. One world, one love. Deuces.
Everything's polluted. The environment, the government, the schools, you name it.
This radio person is the whole problem. Are we going to allow this guy to be heard by anyone who can turn a dial?
You out there? You listening?